Hi. Okay, this tutorial is going to be about how to source and run scripts in Maya. I'm going to grab a few scripts, and a great source of scripts is the Creative Crash website. And where you find a lot of them is under Resources and Free Downloads. And then you can look under Scripts and Plugins and search there. And find some of the more popular ones. And you can also filter by what 3D software that you're using. I grabbed a few of those and I put them. A key thing to do is to put them into the correct folder, but I'll also show you how you don't necessarily need to do that as well. So on Windows, you'll want to put them in the scripts folder here. And on the Macintosh, you'll want to put them on the scripts in the scripts folder under this path. So, so you can see here I'm running Maya 2013, the extension release, and it's under Computer, Local Disk, Users. That's my user, My Documents, Maya, and then the scripts folder. And if you have Maya running at the time, while you put those scripts into your folder, you'll want to let Maya know that you've got new scripts in that folder. And so you can just simply type a command into Mel called rehash, and that will refresh the memory that Maya is using. Then there's a couple ways you can open up the script editor and you can get those scripts in a few ways. One is you can load a script. For example, here's the rock generator script. And I'm copying the whole script file into this Mel area. Now you can select all and execute that script. This button will execute, also Control Enter will execute that script, and that loads it into memory. If you don't see any errors, then you're probably good to go. Now all you need to do is to execute that script is to type the name of the file, and it's case sensitive. So in this case it was rock gen. Hit enter, and now I've got the dialog box, and I can generate 8 rocks, and with a distribution radius of 22 and the height ratio, and just generate. And there we go, got some rocks. So there was another script I showed in class, which was called the ICQ town. So you can go in and find that script. Now, if it's in the right place, I might just be able to source it without even having to do that same process. So I can just type in ICQ town. So the Q and the T are capitalized. ICQ town. Yep. And anytime you download these scripts from Creative Crash, there should be a README file with the scripts, and that will give you clues. You might have to read the exact steps for how to execute the scripts. So you might need to, in this case, this is source Greeble window.mel. So this is for the Greeble script. I'll show that next. So in terms of the Greeble, or in terms of the ICQ town, the instructions say to select some faces on the grid, and then choose your parameters and hit build a town. So there we go. So we've got a town with some rocks around it. Alright, anyways, I'm going to delete that, and let's execute the final one. Every once in a while you'll get some files that reference other files. for example, the Greeble. It's got a Greeble window file and also a procedure file. It's a proc file. And so the instructions will say what you need to do. You can sort of source, needed to source one of them. So in this case, I'm going to open up, first I'm going to open up the procedure file, I'm going to execute it, and then I'm going to source the Greeble window file. And that opens up the dialog box. And then also it's similar in that it applies the Greeble to faces, and then you can hit execute and generate Greeble content. So there you go. That's several ways to execute and how to run some scripts in Maya that should assist you and add additional detail to your projects. Thanks.